The Office of Homeland Security has issued a travel advisory for Allen County tonight after rain caused flooding all across the area. Conditions have become dangerous in some places, and police have had to shut down intersections that are completely underwater. Evacuations are even underway in Ohio.
Good evening, I'm Brett Thomas, live in Fort Wayne, where street flooding has become a huge problem. We have live team coverage on this developing situation.
And I'm Heather Herron. So we start tonight with Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferreri.
All right, let's start off with some positive news, and that's the fact that the rain is lightening up in the grand scheme of things here. Some pockets of heavy rain remain, but as we move overnight, not only will the rain become less intense, it will also become more and more scattered. That means less of it. Flooding concerns, though, will remain overnight and through the day tomorrow, but the places that are flooded now may not be the same spots that are flooded in the morning as this water drains away into the lower spots region-wide. Scattered showers tomorrow, but as far as new rainfall amounts, less than 1 inch in terms of what we are about to see. And thank goodness it's only that amount, because look at the amounts that have been picked up already. Wren, Ohio saw the highest mark on our rain gauge scale, 5 inches plus. The rain gauge there from the storm spotter overflowed. Here at Wayne TV, 2.77 inches of rainfall. New Haven, 2.3 inches, but not all spots saw such heavy rain. You go to the east and the west of Fort Wayne, and look, Defiance, South Bend, only about 1/3 of an inch of rainfall. Now, for most of you, the rain is still coming on down. Some pockets of heavy rain around Decatur and Bern. That's a spot that has been hard hit by flooding too here this evening. What we have now, a flood warning remains in place, but it's not a flash flood warning. That means not really seeing much in terms of new rapid flooding, just stuck with the high water that we have on a number of area roads, and that will continue overnight. I'm back with the complete forecast with more info on what to expect for the day ahead in a few minutes.
All that rain has led to massive flooding in Fort Wayne. We're keeping a very close eye on the situation. Our team coverage continues this evening with News Channel 15's Rod Hissong. He joins us live on Osage Street. What are you seeing out there, Rod?
Hey, Brett, we're just northwest of downtown, kind of near the West Central neighborhood, if you will. This is Osage Street, and take a look behind me at the viaduct, just underwater, to say the least. It is impassable here tonight. This is between Main Street and Burgess Street. Now, we can tell you in the last 40 minutes that we've been here, the water's gone down in the roadway. It's gone down about 30 feet. So the elevation of the water has dropped probably about 1.5 or 2 feet. But as we show you what's left after the floodwaters here, it's all kinds of debris. And this is going to be what it looks like at a lot of roadways that were flooded here because of that flash flooding that happened in the last several hours. We've got fast food restaurant cups, we've got plastic cups and aluminum cans, we've got liquor bottles from the mini bar. There's pieces of wood and all kinds of branches. So this is what they talk about when they say clear away the storm drains. This stuff here kind of acts like spaghetti in a strainer, where the water comes through a little bit but not very fast. So if you get a chance to go out and make sure the storm drain in front of your house is cleared up, it'll help a lot of this water get down quicker. And of course, if we get any more rain overnight, it'll prevent any more substantial flooding. But this closure here on Osage Street between Burgess and Superior is one of about 30 for now. We've been told by the County Highway Department they've run out of high water signs. So there are areas of concern tonight that won't have proper lighting and signage, but they've got it closed as the best they can. If we take a look here, just here on Osage Street, they look like dog crates almost, but they're not. They're like a plastic storage bin. They have them across the road, and then there's a couple of horses set up. So we've seen several people come up this road at a pretty good rate of speed and then realize, oh, it's blocked, I can't get through. So pay attention tonight as you drive. There's a lot of places that may not have the best signage and best lighting to let you know the roadway is flooded. Of course, there may be areas that we don't know are flooded yet. So if you find one of those areas, make sure you call your local law enforcement. Here in the city, you can dial 311 to get that information out to keep everyone safe tonight. We are live on Osage Street, just northwest of downtown tonight. Rod Hissong, News Channel 15.
Thank you, Rod. All that flooding goes well beyond the city limits of Fort Wayne. Angelica Robinson just got back from Noble County, where the lakes out there are going over their banks. So what'd you find out there?
Well, it's pretty bad over there. And for the people in the West Lakes community, I mean, this has been an ongoing problem for several years, and it's recently gotten worse. That's why they decided to call an emergency meeting to figure out what to do next. Now, their homes are surrounded by water. Some of those homes even look like they're on islands. In addition to the flooding, they're now having problems with sewage. Officials say trees falling into the river are interrupting the flow of the water, which is causing it to rise in the West Lakes area. Now, the DNR worked to remove the trees today and yesterday. However, we won't know the results of that until a few days go by. Now, with the rain still falling, neighbors fear the worst. So tonight's meeting was really about brainstorming the next steps.
We were trying to figure out where we need to go with this, who do we need to get involved with this, what roles we're going to play in that. Some of the roles will be played on the county surveyor's office, things that we need to help not restrict the water like it is.
Now, the Neighborhood Association says they plan to have a meeting next month, and they're hoping to get some city officials in on this meeting to address some of those issues.
A lot of problems going on all around the region. Thank you so much, Angelica. We're in the 3500 block of Winter, just off of Oxford in the city of Fort Wayne right now, and this is just a typical road in the area. Completely flooded out. You can see cars down here, one of them up to its wheel wells. It was a little bit higher. Looks like the water has gone down a little bit at this point. I just talked to some street crews that came out here. One guy said he was called in. They've got 6 crews from the street department that are out here working, putting up barriers and blockades to keep people from trying to drive through the water, which they have been, and police are asking, don't do that. You never know how deep it is. For now, we're live in Fort Wayne. Brett Thomas, News Channel 15. Heather?
Thank you, Brett. As you said, the city of Fort Wayne is working to protect homes and to keep people safe. Director of City Utilities, Frank Suarez, joins us now on the phone. Thank you, Frank, for being with us.
Thank you.
Brett said that there are at least a half a dozen crews out there tonight working. What exactly are they doing?
Well, we have a number of crews from City Utilities that are out. They're monitoring situations. They're getting calls from residents who maybe experienced some flooding up close to the home. They're also clearing drains. We have about 10 pumps in place. Our street department is out placing barricades, and we have a number of roads that are closed. Many of those we believe will be open in the morning, but they're closed right now.
Is there anything people can do on their own to help relieve some of the flooding tonight?
Well, certainly safety is number one always when you have a situation like this, but if people can safely clear debris that might be clogging street drains in the neighborhood, that's always a good idea, and they can take a tool, possibly a rake or a shovel, to pull that out and get it out of the road and into higher ground so that the water can flow into those drains. You know, we had a very heavy rain. I heard at the top when Nicholas was talking about rain being different and the amounts of rain in different parts of the community. Our engineers were watching the rain gauges that we monitor, and some of the ones in the south part of the community had 4.1 inches. Up north and northeast, it was more like 1.2 or 1.4.
We do have a list on our website of all of the roads that are closed tonight. There are well over 24 of them. Is there a specific side of town, area of town? You said south. Is that the area that people want to be sure to avoid tonight?
Yes, in about a 5-hour period, the heavy rain that came down in the south part of the community was more than in other parts. It was about 4.1 inches in some of our rain gauges to about 3.5 in others. And when we looked north, it was more like 1.5 inches is what we saw.
Okay. Thank you so much for the update, Frank. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, reports continue to come in tonight. We have learned that homes in the town of Wren, Ohio, that's in Van Wert County, were surrounded by water. Crews there actually encouraged people to evacuate, but they refused to do so. And as you've heard, about 5 inches of rain has fallen there already tonight. So to stay up to date on the weather, be sure to download our Wayne Weather app. You'll get alerts like the flood watches and warnings. You can see our interactive radar, a video forecast, and the 10-day forecast. Also, if you have pictures of flooding tonight that you would like us to see, please send them to photos@wayne.com.